by compromise. It's a very serious topic. Um, you to do as a series. Well, let's try to see how far we can get this movie. What is the meaning of willpower? The power of the will. In a simple word, is your power to choose. And that power is so unique to you. In the whole universe, no one, not even God, have the right to exercise that willpower for you. It's unique like your fingerprint. Nobody can decide what should happen in your life, how things should be. Everything depends on the way you make a proper use of your willpower. Why is so crucial to get it right? To get this understanding very much well. We are very surprised of our life, how things are like this. Of course, we don't have a control over everything. We have control over how we handle it. You have no control over what God will allow to happen in your life. He might allow trials in your life. You don't choose that. That does not depend on your willpower. But the way you handle it depends solely on your willpower. You cannot decide temptation or the work of the devil. But the way you handle it depends on your willpower. So no matter what happened, the outcome still depends on your willpower. The average person ignore or do not pay attention to how serious is this matter in your whole life. Your whole life, every aspect of your life depend on the proper use of your willpower. Now, let us define some of the things properly. You're going to make decision based on some factors. Number one, knowledge. If you're ignorant about something, sorry, no matter how much good is your willpower, you're gonna go wrong. That's the reason why before you make a decision, before you make any choice, you sit down and learn first. Learn to understand that thing properly, how you function, like ask questions until based on the knowledge, you can say, okay, I choose X, Y, or Z. If we understand how important it is, that knowledge play a big role. The next thing about to knowledge will be understanding. You can know things that you don't understand. A whole lot of stuff you don't understand, and that is a problem. Many read the Bible, don't understand it. Many are in love. You ask them what that means, they don't understand the love they're professing. We know a whole lot of stuff that we don't understand. Now, knowledge without understanding is very dangerous. It can be very much misapplied. Now, you can have knowledge, you can have understanding, and still lack one more thing: experience, called wisdom. These are the three things that design and give you more information about something and guide your decision making. So you have knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. And wisdom means experience. So let's say you study the Bible, you have the knowledge of the life of Jesus. Great. And then you understand the principle of his life. You say, okay, good. Then he said, Lord, by your grace, help me to live like you. And daily start walking with the Lord. And slowly start realizing, before you to fight people about any problem, now you commit yourself to God in prayer, like Christ did in First Peter chapter 2, verse 20 to 23. And slowly, now that's gonna help you in the decision making, in the proper use of your will. That's an example. When you come to marriage, you'll have a full enough knowledge about marriage, understand marriage, experience marriage before you get married. Oh, yeah, no, people start thinking, what do you mean? I mean, just what you heard. Let me get it right for you. You have to develop a loving relationship with Christ. Understand that true love is only selfless, and then get into a selfless experience, loving relationship with Christ way before you get married. If you don't, 100% guarantee your marriage won't work. You run into something you don't know, but you make a decision about. Finance. When it comes to money, people working hard for money. They must sit down and learn about money. Oh, that's like a tragedy. The first thing we should teach when it's come to money is understanding what is money. Even to your children, teach them what money is. Money is not a paper. No, that paper is they just carry uh, a quantification of value. So the child will learn very early that the precious time to study or to do something, you're using it to play, you're wasting money orderly. The misuse of time, of talent, of relationship, having a character people cannot trust you with anything. You're already losing a whole lot of money. Faith. Any go to church, want to go to heaven, never sit down to understand fully the knowledge on faith, the understanding of faith, and then the experience of faith. When you find, number one, you know what is faith. Number two, you understand faith. Number three, you experience faith. Nobody need to tell you to have faith. You will choose to have faith. You will keep faith, for you know what it is. So next to knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, we should first mention the state of the mind. Is the mind carnal or spiritual? If the mind is carnal, they're going to have carnal knowledge, carnal understanding, carnal experience. And that will play on the decision making, the exercise of the willpower. A carnal person cannot make spiritual decisions. It's impossible. Carnal person cannot experience spiritual thing. It's just completely impossible. A carnal person cannot experience true love. That's why God can love you so much. Even Christ gave you his life, it will not be enough. Why? The mind is carnal, it's selfish. Even giving your life for it will not be enough. These are laws. These are absolute, eternal, unchangeable principles. Some of us we are miserable today because we were struggling uh, to make a carnal mind experience spiritual thing. I want you to follow me very carefully this morning because I'm talking about a very serious topic. You marry a woman or a husband, and maybe he or she is not converted, carnal, and you expect from this sister or this brother to display selfless love. Really? You are asking impossible. 100% impossible. Because a carnal mind cannot produce selfless love. It is impossible. So, the carnal mind is based on selfish principle, and the carnal mind is so carnal that it can't discern its carnality, cannot discern its selfishness. Look at how they say when you talk about carnal, people look at it and people unbelievers, people who don't go to church. No, oh, Christians are so carnal. But let me put it right away. Church goers that want to go to heaven, extremely selfish. And they are just like people in the world who don't come to church. They have the same mind. That's why many of us will return the tithe because so that God will bless us. Kind of transaction. Mhm. It's about what we're gonna get. We worship the Lord because we want to go to heaven. It's about what we are going to get. Our prayers, check again, is what we want. Again and again and again. If you check, you will be so surprised. We are going to church every day, but we are very calm, very selfish. Then the knowledge of the Bible will be calm. Your understanding will be selfish. Your experience of Christian life will be very selfish. That's the reason why we get to the point where we can call something as prosperity gospel. You see, doesn't sound right. There is for the carnal mind is sweet. Gospel means sacrifice. Delight in sacrificing yourself for others in everything. You can be rich, but it's not for you because you're selfless. It's for God, His work, and the needy. Yes, you can't put self-sacrificing love and prosperity in such a kind of mind in the same box. It can't work. So your willpower is very much in trouble because of your carnality, I mean your selfishness. Then, number two, your lack of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, which is an experience. And finally, I will say the system that govern your life. The system and the principles that govern your life. These things determine how much the use of your willpower can be beneficial or not. Most of our misery, not to say, let me say 99%, depend on the exercise of our willpower. And that willpower depend on the three things I'm mentioning. And this affects now every aspect of your life, your marriage, your health, your education, your family, your spiritual life, your relationship with yourself, your faith, everything. When I talk about system, I'm talking about kingdom. And you operate by divine king in divine kingdom by selfless love. The knowledge you're going to have the selfless knowledge, selfless understanding, and selfless experience. And that will lead in your selfless decision making. Let me use a few examples. If you are selfless women, and you want to choose a spouse, because you are selfless, you operate in God's kingdom and principles, then you are going to seek for selfless knowledge concerning the man, understanding the man and experiencing. You go in the Bible, start learning about godly men. What are the principles of their lives? So that selfless mind going to direct you in what to look for in a man. Are you following now? You have a willpower. Great. But if you are carnal, then sorry, that willpower going to choose carnal stuff based on carnal principle and carnal understanding and knowledge. When I do seminar for young people on how to choose properly your spouse, you want to choose a good person, become that person. It's the only thing I have learned in, like with accuracy, if I can say so. Because if you become who you want to marry, anyone that cannot match that can work with you. Our problem is we're looking for a good person. That's wrong. Why? Human beings are very deceitful, sometimes unwillingly. People can be very sweet until they get tested, until they face a situation, until they don't have what they want. Another being come out of them. If you want to choose right, become that person. Meaning, you want honest person, become very honest yourself. You want God-fearing women? I say you are a man, you're looking for women. Want to marry God-fearing women? Become very God-fearing. What it does is it open your discernment. You see, only like can operate with like. But if you are compromising, guaranteed you're going to accept anything. Sometimes we can be so blind to our own condition. Sometimes in some area. Sometimes you can have everything, but be under pressure of temptation, like in the case of Moses. Under pressure, he gave away and sinned against the Lord and disobeyed. That's why you don't make decision under pressure. Serious decision, you don't run into them. Take your time, get an understanding. Get the knowledge, the understanding, experience before you move. Many, you invest money in a lot of stuff because somebody says it's still good. You don't investigate, you don't have a knowledge about the thing, you don't experience anything, you put your money in it, you're going to lose it. Many meet somebody, don't take a time to ask for, to get a principle right, be patient with God to give guidance. If you have a basic thing, you're Adventist, I'm Adventist, we can do it, and then bam, get married. You're done. You are done for life. It's because we do not understand that God will never, ever interfere with our willpower. He will suggest things to us. He will guide us if we want to follow. He will never force us. What are we trying to say this morning? I'm trying to say, don't look at yourself as a victim because you are not. Don't look at yourself like life is happening to you. No, that's not true. You might not understand a lot of stuff. Sometimes can be think God allowed. But like I said previously, how you handle it still depend on you. The whole point is you gotta own. I want to make sure that I'm not using any word that would be misunderstood. I want you to look at your life as it is the sum of my decisions and own it. Go to the Lord, say, Lord, I have done foolishly. Cleanse me and renew my mind. This will regenerate you. That's how you heal mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in every way. Until you do that, I'm sorry, you are in chain. You're not going anywhere. You blame everybody. You're going to blame God, your parents, spouse, people for the kind of life you are living today. I want you to follow very carefully. This is a serious topic. There are many we sit there and wishing thing happen. I wish this happened. I wish nothing gonna happen because you wish until you decide, until you move, until you are committed to eternal principles. I'm sorry, nothing gonna change. It might take a year, 5, 10, or more. It's not gonna change. That's why people get married for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Nothing changes. Why? You never sit down to start owning situation and start making steps for complete turnaround. People are sick. Unfortunately, we're in a new system where we maintain you sick with medication. So if you choose that, diabetic, you're gonna be diabetic for life until it get complicated. Are you following me? That's what our life is made of. It's made of decision we are making, decision we have made, a decision we will make in the future. And these decisions are very much determined by three elements, like I mentioned. Number one, the state of your mind, carnal or spiritual. In other words, selfless, that's spiritual, selfish, that's carnal. Number two, based on knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, the three principles there. And then number three now, the system you are operating in, God kingdom or the beast system kingdom called selfish kingdom. You realize everything in your life is ruled by these things. Everything, your health, your marriage, your finance, your spiritual life, your emotional health, everything depends on these things. So if you have a carnal people, you preaching Bible to them, they're gonna understand only what? complete opposite of the message. So it's very, very important that we look at our life. If we don't like it, then we don't accuse anybody. But we say, Lord, I want to do right. And the first thing you're going to look for is selfless mind, the mind of Christ. Give yourself enough time to understand that God has created and set the whole universe. And everything ruled by law and function by law. That you cannot change it. And God cannot change it either. And you can function in harmony with it if you choose to comply, meaning to obey. Look at the whole universe, the stars, the galaxies, by billions, still discovering them until now. Everything is created and designed by absolute fixed and changeable laws. You see your body, the way it should function from creation is fixed to function like that. We're messing up, do everything, but the long breed and breed, you're not going to change that. The way your body function, the way the blood function, the way your organ function from creation. You go against it, you'll get sick and dead. You will surely die if you go against the way it's designed to function. spiritual life. Only one spiritual life is said. Only one Christian life, the life of Christ. You go against that, sorry, you would never experience true Christian life. Marriage. The way God instituted marriage to be after the marriage between the father and the son. In other words, we are called to understand divine dimension of marriage. You go against it, you cannot experience healthy marriage life. It is impossible. Finance, God set up how things should be managed. You go against it, you will never come out of debt. No matter how much money you have, it won't work for you. Health, same thing. Every aspect of your life. So when you understand that, look, things are set and you come in here, you can't go against it and function right, then you choose to comply. You choose to obey. And look at obedience as a blessing, actually. And then you behold the love of God so much, the love God who has created everything and making it for such a fixed way. If this thing needs to be changing every minute, we cannot function. Let's say your lung can change anytime to play the role of the heart, or your nose can change to play the role of the mouth. So you got to stick food in your nose. How are you going to function? You can't. So we should be very thankful that God creates everything in a way that functions in a very fixed and changeable way. So that we, even if you depart, you can come back to it. More you understand the way God designed everything, you will want to know the laws and understand them and choose to obey them because you know is the only way to live. The only way to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that created everything. And quickly, when you choose to do that, you enter in harmony with that infinite power of God. That's how slowly things are going to start changing in your life. And all of it depends on your decision. Do you know you can choose today to study the life of Jesus? You can be so dedicated to it. I want to know how Christ lived his life. When he woke up, how he lived, how he handled pressure, how he handled people, every detail. You find a book, Desire Age, whatever, start reading books, the Bible, all of them. You pray for Lord to open your mind. Before you know it, in a few months, you have such a clear understanding of the life of Christ. I will choose to live like that. And a slow life will become so simple. But you can also choose the very time to read the Bible or study the prophecy, whatever. You choose to be watching politics every day. President Trump, the change of laws up and down. You do that every day for the whole year. All you get from it is a lot of stress. The proper use of the choice you're making. Many going to church every day feel no need to know the Bible. Just go to church, read Sabbath school, and come back. Never take a time to say, you know what, I need to know this Bible. I'm going to read the whole Bible and find and read this prophecy. Everything I need to know the Bible I am professing to believe in. Who keep you from knowing your Bible? Only you. Because if you really want to, you will seek for wherever Bible is taught, which book can help you, concordance, commentaries. You will go for it in prayer. He will guide you for sure. Your health most depend on you. Yes, there are situations where you have no control of. There are things God allow as a trial in your life. That's not your choice. But the way you handle it still depend on you. Do you depend on the Lord like Job? If the health issue is something mysterious beyond your control, something that God allowed to cleanse you, to purify you, be still The way you handle it depends on you again, your choice again. So, God, people, this morning message depends very clearly on one thing. I want you to start looking at your life and be aware that you will not get nothing from blaming people. You can blame the church for not showing all the truth. All right, that's correct. But what do you do about it yourself? We can blame our spouse for the way our marriage is. All right, fine. Then what's to do about it? What's your decisions? Your health. What are you deciding? Your spiritual life. Everything you like. You are the one to decide. That you can't decide just casual. I want to be healthy and stop there. No. We help you go through the laws and obedience and everything. And then by God's grace, you're going to see help come. Don't you own everything this month? This is very uncomfortable. It's very important. You see, you can't control how people treat you, but you control how you act or react to it. You can't control if you have to face trial of sickness. You can choose to commit yourself to God like Job did. What I'm trying to say is, I want you to wake up this morning and take full responsibility and say, Lord, no more. You're going to help me to get my life around. That's what I'm trying to say so far. I want you to decide this morning, the Lord, I want the life you want for me. I want the experience of married life you want for me. Even if my spouse don't want to, it is fine. I want to have a happy life in spite of my spouse. Oh, you are hearing me very well. You're going to tell me, oh, you take it two people. Oh, yes, take two. And I'm going to give you one, the other person right now. His name is Jesus Christ. If your spouse don't love you, I have a news for you. Somebody does love you and still love you. Somebody prove that love. And he show you. He gave up everything. He denied himself, his nature, everything, just to prove how much he loved Jesus Christ did. Somebody died to prove it. This is how much I love you that I gave my life or died for. I suffer your death. He loved much more than he want to share his nature and his throne with you. Show me anybody that can love you more than that. You don't even love yourself that much. I'm sorry. So I think you should say yes to the Lord right now. And slowly start developing a very profound relationship with him. I promise you, life will change. You will live happy. You will live really good. Even in a dysfunctional marriage life, you will live a deep level of fulfillment and satisfaction. If you miss that, then you're going to suffer with your unconverted spouse, with your own carnality, selfishness, because you don't get what you want, you get angry all day. Sometimes we think it's only our spouse that are bad. If you look closely, I realize one thing. The only way you can lose your peace is when you don't have it. Because the righteous, you cannot take away the peace of the righteous. Oh, you don't get me right. Let me try one more time. The only way anybody can piss you off or get you angry or get you miserable for a whole day is because you are a miserable person. It's like you take an orange and you squeeze it, and only that came out is orange juice. The orange juice has been always in the orange until you press it. When you get angry, the anger was there. Just your spouse triggered the anger. Oh, yeah. That hurt a little bit, right? Look at it closely. It is true. Oh, people make you sad. People do things to you. No, they just squeeze you. And what was in you came out. If you are bitter, your spouse offended you, your bitterness is going to come out. If you are impatient, your spouse, unconverted spouse, do something to you, your impatience is going to come out very badly. Are you following me, God people? Because we make other people responsible for how we feel, how our life is, because of our parents, because of our spouse, because of the church, because we don't see ourselves in it. This morning, I want you to wake up and own everything and go to God to say, Lord, no more. Your enemy going to restart over. From zero, we're going to start over and rebuild a brand new life. Are you hearing me? You're gonna feel the need of God like never before because you want a brand new life. Because if you don't want your spouse to control your feeling anymore, guess what? You can have you have no power over it. So you need God now. Only He can give you power that no matter what your spouse will do, you will not be offended. So you're gonna need God 24/7, like oxygen. Hmm. Yeah. And slowly you're gonna realize that the very thing your spouse you to do that get you angry for a whole day, he or she do the same thing, you turn it into prayer. Oh, something is changing quickly because now your mind is renewed. You own thing and repent. You want to go God way, that's called selflessness. You go in God kingdom way. Now you learn in the life of Jesus. You have the knowledge, you want the experience, the knowledge and understanding experience. Guess what? Now you're going to live peacefully with the same wicked person. They can't control your feeling anymore. Why? Your mind was renewed. And then you get a knowledge of the life of Jesus. You understand it. And daily you function like that. Now your spouse, whatever she or he used to do to you that get you so bad, now whatever they do, you get in a prayer. You see, you turn the silent treatment into prayer. You turn disrespect into prayer. Or before you know it, that marriage life that used to break you, now it's building you spiritual. Oh, yeah, because may make you become a prayerful man. May make you become a prayerful woman. Because in every situation you're going to do like Christ, commit yourself to the Lord, and He will keep you from falling. Things are changing because you fully own it. And you say, Lord, I'm responsible for how I feel, and I choose that you help me, you work with me to get things right. Are you hearing me? Until you own your situation, nothing is going to change. Or it can take years, it won't change. That's why a lot of people in marriage, even 30 years, the same thing. 20 years, 40 years, 10 years. Hell, you don't make drastic decisions, nothing gonna change. Your finance, you don't make drastic decision with divine help, nothing is going to change. Your spiritual life, just go to church, come back. Grace Sabbath school, go and come back. You do it for 20, you're going to be the same person. Nothing is going to change until you get it corrected with the laws. God set up things in eternal balance. Laws are set and fixed, will never change to suit you. And nobody responsible for how your life goes. Oh, yes, you hear me right. I want you to get up like one man army and decide, say, Lord, the life you have created for me, I want to live that. Christ, you have given us the abundant life. Christ, you have given us the peace of heaven. Where is it? Where is that peace is in your life? You hear me? Christ did not promise that he will give us peace. He said he has given all his peace. Give it unto us. Just give it. Where is the peace of Christ in your life? Where is it? The Bible says that the gift of the faith of Jesus given to all, that everybody can have the faith of Jesus. Where is yours? Are you following? God made a provision that every human being can have the faith of Jesus. All of us. We'll read Galatians chapter 3, verse 22 says, but the scripture has concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Jesus Christ might be given unto them that believe. God make that for every human being to have the faith of Jesus, to believe exactly like Jesus believed and trust the Father unto death. God made that provision for everybody. Galatians 2 verse 16 reads, knowing that a man is not justified by the word of the law, but by the faith of Jesus Christ. No. By the faith of Jesus Christ, therefore we are justified. See? Continue. Even we have believed in Jesus, that's a faith in Jesus, that we might be justified by the faith of Jesus. This is divine provision. Now, if you only had a faith in Jesus, you're done. Christian life is completely done. You're not going anywhere. So the first text was Galatians 3, verse 22. The second was Galatians 2, 16. God, people, you are special being. You are created in the image of God Almighty. You are so precious, so unique. The only problem you have is the misuse and misunderstanding of your willpower. And everything depends on it. Read Step to Christ, page 47, paragraph 1. Sister White says, everything depends on your willpower. Are you following? The misery in your marriage. You feel like, oh, if you have married a better person, it will be better. Not necessarily. It might be a little change, little change. But to experience the real peace and fulfillment, it's about you and God. Your health. It might be a test of life. Very exceptional case. But most of our health issues depend on our daily choices. Our finance. Check very well. Consuming things you cannot afford with credit card, use so much. Developing your talent, spending time with a necessary friend. You should not have acidic friend if you are not producing stuff. It's not good for you. You don't developing your talent, your time, everything, and you're consuming more than you produce. Why would you be surprised that you have troubles? There are things that are beyond your powers. Don't get me wrong, of course not. I'm talking about things that literally depend on our choices. 99% of our life depend on choice we are making every day. You can choose to get in prayer. Oh, yes, you can choose right to say, Lord, I declare deliverance, and I will be praying and fasting and learning and obeying you until my life change around. You can make that decision right now. Or you can choose to feel miserable, to feel a victim. Life is not fair. Oh, nothing working for me. You keep doing it with the same result. You can choose right now. You can choose to know your Bible from today. You can choose to have a spiritual life from today. You can choose to have a peace in your dysfunctional marriage life right now. You can make that decision. And nothing can stop you, and you will surely have it. Are you hearing me? But we have a problem. What is the problem? It's called compromise. Yes, you're doing things to fit in, to please yourself. When it's come to lifestyle, who keep you from exercising? You. You put it to neck or later. Who keep you from learning about health and start making some changes? You compromise on the way you use time. The moment you should make a healthy meal, you quickly get something else that is not very healthy. You compromise it. If you're asleep, compromise with a lot of stuff you should not. You can make a discipline as much as you can. So most of the time, just if we look closer to our life, we are not strict enough. You're going to realize something. If you're going to be strict a little bit, people give you a name. Take it. As you're a sister, you choose to be dressing properly, to live your life in a certain way. It's a threat to a lot of people to start giving you a name. Who do you think you are? Don't mind them, live your life. Even in your house, you want to do it healthy, you want to live healthy, your spouse and children want to eat a certain way. Still choose to be firm and follow what is your conviction. It's not going to be easy, but it's necessary. But besides that, it's not compromising. The thing you don't want to eat, eat it anyway because it's around you, it's tempting you. The more you do it, you keep doing it slowly, you're going to let go all your health principles. It's called compromise. That's why we are sitting in the church, things are wrong, we are quiet. It's called compromise. Oh, you hear me right? We know things are wrong, but we can't say anything. Because you don't want nobody to see you as you are the one raising your voice, you are the one talking. Why? You can't be quiet like everybody else. It's called compromise. Buying things to impress people for compromise. You're gonna fit in. You have a Christmas, you must have Christmas. Who says so? I need a birthday party. Who says you should have any birthday party? Just something that's set up. You can have your birthday, sing song, pray if you want to fast. And dedicate your life to God. Say, Lord, thank you for giving life. I give it right back to you as a living sacrifice. You can celebrate birthday like that. You see how much you can do. You enjoy a deep birthday in prayer and fasting. You don't need to collect debts for your birthday. You can renew your mind and your commitment to God instead. Many are miserable because People don't give them gifts. Oh, yeah. Some people are miserable because they don't get the respect they deserve. Oh, you're done. You deserve stuff. Oh, my wedding anniversary, we don't get this and that. These are created. They are the fabrication of the kingdom of the devil. Don't suffer for it. Are you hearing me? Huh? We compromise in the system the devil has created. So you are a Christian that should be in God's kingdom, but you want to be just like people in the world. You have to compromise to do that. We are looking through the Madison School. Why that powerful school closed down? Because we compromise with the world. We want to receive the worldly accreditation. And we get it. The very moment we get accreditation, they say, look, you got to change your curriculum. We don't want this kind of building. We don't want this. We don't want that. Get a loan from the bank, build a new building the way we want it to be. Before you know it, that's it. It went from glory to dust. You got compromise. Are you here? Look in your marriage life. A lot of trouble come from compromise. Sometimes we are compromising to keep your spouse. Anything you're gonna compromise to get, you're gonna compromise to keep it. You're gonna compromise with it forever. This is a bitter truth, though. If you look at it carefully, it make life horrible. So you compromise with your health, you are sick. Compromise with your finance, you're in a debt. Compromise with spiritual life, your Christian life is messed up. Compromise with your marriage is upside down. So what kind of life you are living? You feel unhappy, you feel depressed, you don't life have no taste. If you check and check again, you are living in compromise. Once you wake up, just please don't misunderstand the message. Compromise from trying to say here is doesn't mean that everything happening in your life, you are the one that decided. No. Sometimes things are beyond and above your control. But God made a provision to strengthen you. He say you can do all things by him that strengthens you. Yeah, you can compromise on that part. You might be going through a trial like Job. Job have no idea where the trial is coming from. It's not his sin and nothing of that. But thank God he did not compromise. Stay firm with the Lord to the end. So no matter what is in your life, you might not have a control over it. It might be sickness, maybe your marriage. Maybe something that God allowed to be a test in your life. Fine, but still face it godly. You're going to be victorious. Guaranteed. Whatever it is, health, marriage, finance, your financial situation might not be your fault at all. It might be something the Lord allowed, but still face it godly. You're going to have a peace with it. That's what I'm trying to say. You can still choose to have a peaceful life in your financial trouble. You can choose to have a peaceful life in your dysfunctional marriage life. You still choose to have a peace of Christ in your pain. God can lift you up and place you above all of these troubles. And you have to make that choice. Or you choose to feel a victim, miserable, nothing working for you. And that's not God's choice. So whatever you are choosing this morning, remember the principles. Number one, check the state of your mind again. Are you selfless? Meaning, are you going to depend on God fully and only use God method and God ways and depend on Him 100% to lead? Number two, Are you willing to get knowledge, understanding, and wisdom? If you have a health issue, it might not be your choice. Maybe you get sick because of something that is beyond your control. But instead of seeing yourself as a victim, you say, Lord, you and me will do 100% my best. I'm going to start learning about health, changing my diet, my lifestyle, using the herb I can use, praying fast. And I will let you give me exactly what you need. It's possible that things will go. And for sure will not be the same anymore. But if you just sit there, look, that's how life is, I can't do nothing about it. You're gonna just stay there like that until one day you are gone. And you don't have to keep it like you can choose from today to start really reading. Listen to YouTube videos on your health condition. Start researching, start asking for help here and there. And also praying for divine healing. Before you know it, it's no longer the same problem. And you must go through what? Knowledge, understanding, and the experience, which is obedience. Your marriage life, maybe it's not about necessarily what you had done. Sometimes you can be deceived. Yeah. You can be trapped in a deception and get married. It happens most of the time. People present themselves really good, really godly, and you get married before you discover that, it was a mask. The real person is another being. You're already tied up in it. If you choose to stay in it, then go godly. Go and learn 100% of how God designed marriage to be. And understanding how the marriage of the Lamb is designed to be. And then now experience a covenantal relationship with Christ. Before you know it, everything's going to change for you. Your finance. Look at your gift. Start working hard. Start asking God for guidance, God to lead you. It might take you a few years, but you're going to come out. Sure. So for your marriage, for your health, for your finance, for your spiritual life, everything. If you make a decision right now, things going to change. If you keep compromising, then I have good news for you. Maybe bad one. Nothing is going to change no matter how long it takes. People say they're married for 20 years. They have 20 years of pain. Nothing changes. Why? No drastic decision was made for change. Some people made a decision. I want my marriage life to change. Good. Then what's next? Did you take a time to start learning how God wants marriage to be? Do you understand it? You start experiencing divine love. If not, you didn't make a decision yet. You just say something. Decision require some actions. Decision is active. There are people that sit there and say, one day I'm going to get married. No, sorry. Mm-mm. You're a man, you want to get married, you're going to become a husband, right? And start behaving like that. Start getting ready for it. Like ready to bring somebody in your life, to welcome somebody in your life, to take care. Be a godly man. Start learning the way to treat women. Start learning, understanding women's brain, their affection, and then their emotion, everything. Start now. And start developing a godly patience. You're going to need all of them. Your sister, you want to get married? Don't be looking for a man. Become a godly wife to be. You're going to see people are looking for it. They're here. I promise you. A lot of men looking for a wife. Just become a godly wife. You see how many people are going to show up. You're going to have a lot of application. But if you show yourself to be very, what do we call it, strong women, a little thing you voice yourself. doing things, men observe you, and we it's love you from far, but we don't want you for a while. A lot of sisters don't understand that. You can be beautiful like the moon. If your character is scary, nobody's gonna marry you. Yeah, we need to start telling the truth to our sisters. Some simple defect in your character will make men run away from you. You are not a bad person at all. You're just missing something, which is you are projecting something that's not attractive. If you check most of the time, I don't say all the time, most of the time, it is that. So you want to get married, but you are acting against what you want. Same thing for men. A lot of men want to get married. You never discipline yourself. You don't get ready financially. You don't mature spiritually. You don't know how to manage. And then, sister, we become friends. Sister realize that you are very mature in your way. You get angry for a lot of things. You're not responsible financially. She's like, what? This man can spend everything. No saving, no plan. If I have a child with this man, how are we going to live? The sister run away from you. You keep praying, Lord, give me a wife. Now become the husband to be. Oh, a lot of sisters are looking for husband. You see, are you hearing me? This is how deep are our decisions. Oh, Lord, help us. So, God, people, I want you to wake up this morning and own it. Not in a mentality that you are responsible for the bad thing in your life. No, no, that's not the point. The point is, Lord, I want to comply to your way that the thing will not remain the same. Remember, I said a lot of things happen in your life you have no control over. Health, finance, whatever, marriage. A lot of stuff you have no control. But how you're going to handle it depend on you. You're going to depend on the Lord to do things right, get the education you need, the knowledge you need, the understanding, and live a brand new life. It is you going to make that decision. Don't let things happen to you. Commit yourself to God, God redirect things. He is so good that he can resurrect you from the dead. I like that. You might feel dead. Let me read something good for you. Sometimes in life, you feel like you have missed it. But God is so good, he can give you something. Let me read it for you. Romans chapter 8, verse 11 reads, he said, but if the spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwell in you. You might feel so desperate, so broken. Go to the Lord this morning. Say, Lord, I need resurrection. Say, Lord, the very spirit of resurrection that raised Christ from the dead, may you put that spirit in me to quicken me. I want a brand new life. I want to be dead to this world and alive to your kingdom. Go for it, you will see what happens. Take a time. If you need a fast, get in a fast. Say, Lord, I will not stop until I'm fully transformed. It can take you 21 days of prayer and fasting. Then let the Lord process you. You can get in that prayer as Jacob and come out as Israel. Your life will never be the same again. But you must make the decision, and God is waiting on you. You got to decide today, right now. You want to be healthy? Decide now. Stop compromising to keep your marriage running. Stand firm for God principles. If the man don't want you want to leave, let him leave. Become a godly woman. I guarantee you, people will want you so bad. Don't keep anybody by compromise. No. Live by godly principle. Person don't like it, they can't go. They want divorce, give them the divorce. People say divorce can't be remarried. That's a lie. If you don't violate God laws and principle, and your spouse divorce you, you have 100% right to remarry. Get it? God will not hold you accountable for somebody else's decision. That's not God. God doesn't operate like that. Yeah. Huh? If it's not you that choose to deliberately betray the marriage by infidelity, by whatever, but it's your spouse that choose to mess up everything, you are free to remarry. There's a lot of wrong teaching out there saying if you divorce, you can't remarry. That's who's teaching that. If it's not your fault, you're free 100%. Even if it's your fault, and finally you realize that you have messed up and you repent. If you do, you repent, do all you have to do, and the person don't want to, fine, you have the right to get remarried. Don't just do anything in sin and rebellion. That's it. I'm not saying to go and divorce. Let me what I'm saying. Stop trying to keep your marriage by compromising because it's killing you. It will surely destroy you. Choose godly life, 100% godly. If your spouse don't want that and they threaten with divorce, smile and sign the paper. Don't worry. Nobody died by being single. I know a lot of people die because they get in bad married life. It's too much stress and die from it. It's not a disease to be single. Hear me? Are you hearing me? I'm trying to say, God has given you a willpower. It's unique like your fingerprints. And you have to decide to live a godly way. You're gonna see life be completely different. The compromising life is dangerous. You are diabetic, you're on keeping your medication for the last 10, 20 years. You never change your lifestyle, nothing. That's called compromise. You keep yourself diabetic through medication. You're not changing anything. You're not obeying the laws of health. It's called compromise. It's going to kill you. Same thing for your marriage. You're not changing nothing about your marriage. You don't like it. You're suffering, but you keep it up like that anyway. It's going to destroy you. Your spiritual life. Going to church for the last 20 years, 30 years, same thing. It's going to destroy you. You're fine. You're doing the same job for the last 20 years, 30 years. Struggling, still struggling. 30 years, you can have learned a whole lot of stuff. You can change profession, you can develop a lot of things. Everything depends on your willpower and the choice you are making. I want you to be free from guilt, from victim mentality. I want you to get up like Jacob to say, Lord, I'm tired of being Jacob. I want to become Israel and engage in prayer, in fasting, in learn, in obedience. I promise you, it might take some time, but you're going to be a brand new person. So today's message is choose, make decision, exercise your willpower to live a godly life. That is the message. God bless you. Have a blessed day. Let's take a few questions if we have.